All right, welcome to Chapter 4 on Graphing Linear Equations. This is Section 4.1 on graphing and slopes. So we have a coordinate plane and it has four quadrants created from x and y axes. And if we look down below before we get a little further, we can see our y-axis is this vertical axis and the x-axis is this horizontal axis. And it creates these four quadrants. Now they cross at the origin. So over here, that's the origin where it crosses, and that's at 0, 0. And then the pair is the xy coordinates where the point lies. So if we throw a point somewhere over here, over here, over here, it's always going to have some x, y point to be able to plot it in our coordinate plane here. So in the top right over here in this quadrant, that's quadrant 1. And we have positive x's and positive y's because x is going to be starting here at 0 and going to the right, it's positive, and going to the left, it's negative. And here starting on the y-axis here at 0, we go up, it's positive, and we go down, it's negative. And so therefore, if we go this way, that's going to be a negative x, but it's still going to be a positive y when we hit this quadrant 2. Now, when we go over here, we're going to go negative x, and we're going to go negative y. And so in quadrant 3, we have a negative x, negative y is going to be the format for our ordered pair. And then when we get over here to quadrant 4, we're going to be a positive x, but a negative y. And so therefore, in quadrant 4, we have the x minus y as our ordered pair. Now, you always have parentheses around ordered pairs, and you have to have your x first and then your y second. All right, so note that points that don't lie on either the x or y axis that lie on either the x or y axis are called the intercepts. So if we had points, that were over here, or maybe here, or here, or here, these are intercepts. And depending on if they lie on the y-axis or the x-axis, they're either called x-intercepts or y-intercepts. So x-intercepts are points where the graph crosses the x-axis and your y equals 0. So you get something like x comma 0. And this is the x-intercept on the x-axis. So looking back here, these are our x-intercepts, okay? Now, therefore, our y-intercepts are the ones that lie on the y-axis, okay? And so what happens here is we're going to get a 0 comma y as an ordered pair. Okay, so wherever it's at, it's going to be the y, and 0 is x because we haven't moved anywhere left or right for x, so it's going to be 0, and then we maybe have this as a 6, and maybe here this is 0 and minus 4, whereas this one is over here maybe a 6 comma 0, and this one over here would be maybe a negative 5 comma 0. Okay. So that's going to be our x and y intercepts. And depending on how the graph looks, maybe you could have an x-intercept and a y-intercept. So maybe, this is the line, you get this one, and maybe, I don't know, let's go ahead and do the same kind of a line here, and maybe you can get another set of points. And so it crosses here on one intercept, crosses here for the other one, this one crosses here and here, okay? So that's what the intercepts are. Now what we want to do with these points are basically just plot them. So we're just going to look and figure out where we go. And remember, the center one here, that's 0, 0. So we start there. And so we have a negative 2, 4 is going to be our first point. So we start at 0, 0 and go negative 2 left, and then we go up 4. And so that will be our first point. And that's going to be A. Now we have a 4, negative 3. So we're going to go 4 to the right, then 3 down. And so that's going to be our B. Then we have a negative 3, 4. Okay, so negative 3, 4. Well, that's kind of right where our A is, but that's okay. So that's going to be our B. So that's, maybe we should, let's erase that A, since I didn't know that's where the B was going to be. So we'll put A above it, and hopefully we won't have to worry about it. And that's going to be our B. Well, stay on there, B. All right. So A, oh, that was actually C. Never mind. That's maybe what it was trying to tell me. All right, so that was our C. Now we have 5, 3. So we go over 5 and up 3. And so that's going to be our D. Then we have 0, 5. Okay, well, 0, 5, that's going to be a what? A y-intercept. And that's going to give us our E. Then F is negative 2, 0. Okay, negative 2, 0. Well, that's going to be an x-intercept. And that's going to be our F. And then we have 3, 0. That's another x-intercept. That's over here. And so that's going to be our G. And our final one, 0, negative 2. That's going to just go straight down here. And that's going to be another y-intercept. And again, that was H. Okay, and anywhere we go, we could plot points, however many they want to give us, we can plot them. It's not hard. We just move over and up or over and down or however it is, and we can get to that point, and then we label it with appropriate letter. All right, so let's stop there and we'll come back for more.